Good day, everybody, and my name is Tolu once again, and I'm a member of the GIS team. And today I'm going to be taking us on familiarizing ourselves with the Google Earth Engine code editor. So, first things first, I'm just going to come to my search bar, my browser, then I'll search for code editor Google Earth Engine. So, give it a minute to load, because I've frequented this site a lot, so that's why it's purple. So I click it, I click on platform, then this hyperlink here, code.engine.earthengine.google.com. so I just right click, open link in new tab, and boom, we are on the interface, the Earth Engine editor. So basically what we're going to be doing today is just familiarizing ourselves with the basic elements of the Earth Engine, the Google Earth Engine. And so the first thing to do is we're going to create a new repository. So a repository is almost like a folder, but it's going to be stored, and then you can link it to your GitHub, so you can show projects that you create on the Earth Engine on your GitHub account. So I'm just going to name this repository tutorial, then I'll click on create. Then I can see that my repository has been created here in tutorial. So I'm also going to create a new file. Then for the part of the file, I already have this pre-existing repositories, but I'm going to choose the tutorial I just created now. Then my file name too is also going to be tutorial. Then you can also enter a commit message. If you are familiar with Git and GitHub, then you should know about commit. If not, commit is just like a message that explains the changes that you have done. So if I was to put a commit message here, I'll just be like created tutorial file. So I click on OK, then I give it a minute to load. So if I click on this drop down, then I see my tutorial file. I click it, and then this is tutorial file opened here. So this is the editor itself. Then this is the console where you see logs and probably errors too. And this is the map interface. So whatever code you type here on the console is going to be reflected here on the map interface. And we're just going to go ahead to test some minor codes. So let's type this print. So first things first, the code for the Google Earth Engine is majorly JavaScript. So if you are pretty familiar with JavaScript already, then you should be having little to no problems. All you just need to know then is where to call for data, and there are a lot of data sources that are accessible via the Google Earth Engine, but we'll not be going too detailed into that today. So I could just type this simple message, print, then I open the bracket, then I open this, then I type hello Earth Engine. So yeah, so when I click on run, I can see hello Earth Engine being displayed here on the console. So this is pretty much the basic code. Even if you're learning Python, any other programming language, you just need to print something. Print it. Also come here and type print. So open the bracket again. Do this, sorry, print hello world. So I can come here and click on run again. Hello world will be printed on the console. So that's a very simple code that you can try. So now let's go ahead and try something different. Let's try something that's going to be reflected on the map interface. So let me try by clearing this out first. So I'm going to type map dot set center. Sorry, these codes are very case sensitive, so if you don't type it properly, you might not get the appropriate results. And I just put in some values here: 7.5, then I click 9.0, then put 6. So when I click on run, sorry, we have this error, map is not defined. So this is what I was saying about the codes being very case sensitive. So I click on, I have to change this to a capital letter M. So when I click on run, I can see that it's zoomed in to Nigeria itself. I hope you can all see Nigeria very well. If I click on run again, zoomed into Nigeria. Nigeria is the focus. So this is so because 7.5 that I put here is the longitude, 9 is the latitude, then 6 is the zoom level. If I come and adjust this 6 to like maybe 8 and I click on run, you can see that it zooms in deeper. So this longitude and latitude are somewhere within Nigeria, so it keeps on trying to zoom into that position. Okay, so that is a simple code you can also write for zooming. Now let's try another set of code. I can also come clear this out. So map dot set options, then I open the brackets, then I open this, then I write satellite. So when I run this, I see that the map has been switched into satellite view everywhere all around the world. Okay, although there's a more simpler way of doing this. I could just come over to this bar, then toggle it. This will toggle it back to map mode, and this toggles it back to satellite mode. But you can see that I can also do that by writing this simple code in the code editor and just running run and clicking run rather. Okay, so these are simple codes that we can do with the Google Earth engine. Although there are more complex codes, you can call for data sets, but like I said before, we're not going to be getting into that today. This is just an introductory lesson into working with Google Earth engine. So let's say you have codes in your editor already and you want to deploy it as an application. So what steps would you go doing that? So first things first, you want to save your code. Okay, then you come to apps. Then when you get to apps, you click on new application. So this is a cloud project. You can just leave that, or if you want to change it, you can change the name. I'm just going to leave it. You leave it cloud project so everybody be able to edit the application. Since this is just a option to change it to satellite view, so I click on next. So let me just name is tutorial 2. Tutorial. So when I click on next, the source code. Now this is a very important part. If I click on current contents of editor, that means the application will be functioning just from the contents of the code editor. But if I click on repository script parts, it's going to check the repository that I choose and look for a script that will match what we need for the application. But I'm not going to be going into that, so I'm just going to click current contents of editor so that it picks the code from the code editor. So publication and viewers, then you can also choose to put a picture if you want. So you just need to just come to logo, then you click on this, it takes you to your file explorer. Just give it a minute to load. So then you can pick any picture you want from your file explorer, but I'm not going to be picking any picture. So then you click on publish. So give it a minute to load, and then you can see the tutorial application has been uploaded. So if I click on tutorial here, it takes me to the application. So the way Google Earth Engine works, you have to give it some minutes for it to get ready. So it gives you give it some time, and then you keep refreshing until the application is ready. So what if you had already deployed your application and you still wanted to make changes? So you can always come back to your code editor, make the changes that you want to make. Then after you're done making those changes, you save. Then you come to apps. When you come to applications, you don't click on this link, you come here and click on this, because you can see this here, click to update app. So once you have clicked that, then you see that these three options: keep existing app source code, overwrite with current contents of editor, and override from repository script path. Now because you have made your changes in the editor, so I'm just going to click overwrite with current contents of editor, then I click on update. So like that, I've been able to update the application. So that is it for today, and see you next time.